Namaste. I hope you are all fine at home. Uh, Now let us discuss features of foreign trade. You know that foreign trade means it includes export, import and import trade. Foreign trade enables us to meet our needs easily. We know that all the countries are not specialized in all kinds of natural resources, technology. So the foreign trade enables us to have the required goods either by importing or by exporting. Even it improves our economy by international trade. Now let us see the features of foreign trade one by one. So many features are there in foreign trade business we can find, but here we'll discuss some of the features. First thing here, what we have written is import dependency. It means our country foreign trade depend on import because of high demand and low supply. Import dependency means most of the Indians we all like to have foreign products. So when the goods are imported, goods we feel like to have the have such a goods even though the productions are done in India, we don't like that. For take for example here, most of the even small articles like even small children chappals, even some electronic goods and all these, which are imported from China. These are very cheaper and they are available everywhere. That's why in this sector, almost all Indian production is nil because we all like to have imported goods. So it foreign trade leads to import dependency most of the time. Even for the some perfumes and for some fashionable items, luxurious goods, we are dependent on other countries. So like this, it leads to mutual here interdependence. Then import of capital goods and industrial goods, because of the foreign trade it is possible. But when we are importing capital goods and industrial goods, it leads to a large scale production. Then most of the capital goods and industrial goods, here the capital goods here means the equipments or the machineries which are used to produce the goods. So such a production, we have to spend crores of rupees to produce such a equipments, machineries, plants, and all this. So it also leads to we are dependent on other countries. Then export of ready-made garments, that is RNG is there. RNG and knitwear here leads to 74% export. Then export of agricultural raw materials and products. In India, we do most of the agriculture raw materials here export and even products also. It leaves here, we know that some of the countries are not good in their atmosphere. They cannot grow crops and all this, like Gulf countries and all these oil exporting countries. They cannot produce food crops for themselves. So such countries are dependent on other countries for food grains, food crops, and even for other products also. But they can here export the oil. So that's why in most of our agriculture raw materials and products is they are being exported to other Gulf countries. Then this one foreign trade leads to unfavorable balance of payment also. It means it leads to more import but less export. So when here unfavorable balance of payment means when we are buying uh, goods, if the selling is or if the export is also of the same value, the balance of payment will be same. If our import is more than the export, then we'll be having unfavorable balance of payment. If our export is here more than the import, will be having favorable balance of payment. So it is a very good condition what is expected, but it doesn't happen like that in India, especially because we are overcrowded with the population, and especially we Indians like to have foreign products. This foreign trade leads to unfavorable balance of payment. Then almost all your foreign trade, it depends on sea or ocean transport. You know that here because the heavy goods, capital goods cannot be carried through air transport. So in the air transport we can carry only the lighter and precious articles. When we are dependent on sea or ocean, it takes so many days for the either import or export of goods. So and anyhow, but sea route is most suitable for this either the import or the export of goods. Then in Asian continent, more import is there, especially in China, Singapore, and India. Nowadays, China is developing in a higher speed. But India, we are also developing because of this corona pandemic. We are now lagging behind. But some advanced countries like Western countries like USA, England, they're here. They are doing much exports. So this import of goods leads to deficit, but export of goods leads to surplus there. So the country which are exporting, they enjoys higher economic life, and the countries which are importing, they suffer here because they have to buy from other countries and they have to make the payment in their own currency, then they have to make use of foreign exchanges. This all leads to here somewhat here deterioration of the or some it here brings down the economy of the particular nation. Now, next year, what we can say is government initiation and control is necessary. Nowadays, that's why when we are importing, government here, government asks for more tax and all this heavy duty you have to pay, more excise duty, more custom duty, all these are there because government wants to control the imports. So when you are exporting the goods, then so many subsidies it provides. So for exporting of goods, so many custom duty and all these are sometimes here free. We can now export the goods also. For then which business or a industry are operating in such activities for them tax rebate or tax reduction will be there, so they can enjoy all this. Otherwise, if import is not controlled, the economy will be totally the economic life of the business. I mean, country comes down. Then obviously it leads to indebtedness of the country. That's why import is to be controlled and export is to be encouraged. In India, especially, export of jute and jute goods is there. In India is very good in the production of jute and jute products. that is good in India that we can say here, because when we are specialized in particular raw material, maybe it is a natural resource or maybe a man-made material, then we have to produce more and more so that we can here export those here goods easily, and we can earn revenue. Through that we can get the foreign exchanges also. It leads to favorable balance of payment. Even nowadays, export of manpower is also seen, because we have so much. Our population is very, it is high, thickly populated country. It is even we can see in other countries like USA, especially USA. Most of the Indians are resided in USA, and most of the Indians are there. Even we can see here most of the highly qualified jobs, Indian workers, Indian employees are here working there. So manpower means is they are not ordinary people. They are very skilled, trained, and they are resources. So this year, because nowadays LPG is there, liberalization, privatization, globalization is there. So easily one can move from one country to another country easily. License requirement of license is not so rigid. So manpower movement is also there. So human, even most of the people, they like to live in other countries also. So this leads to export of yeah, human beings or manpower, because most of the even they like to settle in other countries also. And moreover, in India, we face the problem of lack of employment. Even in India, even though people are skilled, but they don't get opportunity equal to their skill, and obviously it leads to your shifting of skill to other countries, right? Because of the LPG, it is now restrictions are not much, rigidities removed. So after the signing of your LPG policy in 1991, so it has everywhere it is liberalized. Free movement of human being as well as goods is seen there. Even you can start set up your own business any nook and corner of the world according to the LPG policy. Then private initiatives are there nowadays. Private initiative, especially entrepreneurship, is there, because we know that here, see in government sectors, the job security we can find when people feel secure, but they don't work much because they fear they are not here properly guided or supervised by the higher authority. And even in government sector, when they feel highly secure, then it leads to inefficiency. That's why in nowadays almost all the sectors are being privatized, because privatization of all the sectors leads to efficient administration. Then this efficient administration leads to effective production of goods and services. So this enhances the quality of the production. Then diversity of import goods. So you know when we are importing goods, so some are necessary goods which are necessary, and some are unnecessary luxurious goods are also included. So necessary goods we cannot avoid. Even take for example, for transportation purpose, natural gas and oils, petroleum, these are all very necessary so that we can import. But some luxurious goods which are not important, like what you are using is perfumes, some unnecessary other things which are not necessary, then also we import such goods. This leads to financial burden to the nation as well as to the economy and even to the individual also. So here, those even unnecessarily we have to pay the tax, we have to buy from other countries. When we are buying, we have to make the payment for such countries in terms of their own currencies. Then this leads to what here? Yeah, this leads to what is our foreign exchange. It affects on the our foreign exchange. So it reduces the foreign exchange of particular your country's currency. So these are here when we are when we are buying luxurious goods, it creates unnecessary problem here. That's why better to reduce or cut the import of unnecessary luxurious goods. Now, next what we can see here is effect of free trade economy. Now we have free trade economy. Free trade economy means no restriction is here enjoyed. Means almost all rigidity between the movement of persons or movement of business is being removed. The getting license or moving from one country to another country, business in another country, movement of manpower. Nowadays it has become very easier, so that's why there is an open market. Whole globe has become market. Nowadays, even I want to say here is market, you no need to place any particular place as a market. Whole globe itself is a market. You can sit any nook and corner of the particular country and you can order for the goods. Nowadays, virtual market is there. That's why open market system is there nowadays, but here because of this open market there are some advantages and some disadvantages also. When we are buying necessary goods, it is very good because we have to satisfy at least our necessary goods, but it also is here because of this open market policy we are giving much importance to buy the unnecessary luxurious goods. This unnecessary buying of unnecessary luxurious goods is not necessary. See, it leads to when we are buying or importing from other countries, we have to make the payment to such countries, right? When we are making payment to them, we cannot pay them in Indian currencies or any other currencies of any other country. We have to make payment in their own currency from which country we are buying or importing goods. Then obviously in our economy, the currency of that country balance comes down. It leads to problem for us because here we have to keep the reserve of all the here different countries currencies, because here if you want to issue and if you want to have trade with other countries or movement for the moment, foreign exchange is must for here. Not only that, to issue Indian currency also, this must be backed by either the reserve of foreign currency or the gold. So what happens here, it leads to here it adversely affects on the economy. So that's why better to curtail the unnecessary import of this luxurious goods. Then this foreign trade leads to business with all countries. So we cannot here restrict ourselves to do business with only one or two countries. It is business with all countries. Even we know that here, last year and all this, there was hue and cry to stop purchase goods from China, right? You might have heard. So many people used to say, but the country, maybe the prime minister or president of India or any here political party or anybody cannot stop that, because we it is a global agreement. They cannot stop, so they cannot restrict them to enter into our country either for the sale of goods or for the purchase of goods, say, because it's a free trade economy. But only one thing what we can do is, being the subjects of the nation, we can ban those products. By banning those products, we can stop the import of such goods from such a country, right? The country itself cannot ban the import of such goods or export of our goods to them, because it's a here international level agreement, right? So what we can say is it leads to this foreign trade. It leads to the trade relation with all the countries, right? So these are all the very some of the important features of foreign trade. So you can even there are so many points to be discussed. So timing, let us stop this. You can refer some books also, you can find even internet also, you can find very easy nowadays getting the resources. Okay, thank you. We'll see the other things in the